lot more money is required to get 5, 10x out of Chainlink than it is out of API 3, and API 3 is highly integrated like Chainlink is. Let's go ahead and bring more support and resistance in here. So again, big top in the $8 to $10 region. You guys can see there was a big pivot zone here around 227. We can see that there is support down here around $1. And then we, of course, have our triple bottom that's in play right now around that 50-cent mark. So these are some of the key levels that we're paying attention to here on API 3. Let's go ahead and bring this one in here too. So we'll bring that 340 area of interest. So obviously, again, you look at the timing here, 2020, great market timing. Has nothing to do with the tech. Just like we talked about with a lot of other things that launch at the wrong time, nothing to do with the tech. A lot of times this is good market timing. When you can see this aligns very closely with just a strict reversal point, easy place to look there. So when we see these, tops built in here, here in 2022 gets the breakdown. We retest this over in here, but we don't retest the full imbalance. We build this new support level in here. Over here in February of 24, this is actually when I advised my team to take a trim. Not everyone did. But I took a 20% trim here on API 3. The reason I took a trim here in this like $3.50 to $4 region is because I saw there was an imbalance here, the breakdown, and then we were able to resolve that. And then, of course, we ended up seeing a little bit more downtrend here. I can't help it when Donald Trump comes out and talks about tariffs every other day, or, when the international conflict with Israel and Gaza picks up, government shutdown. These are things completely out of our control. But as far as the technicals are concerned, when I saw that retrace, took that reduction, and I have been reaccumulating API 3. I have definitely been putting my money where my mouth is and reaccumulating and putting some of those dollars back to work. So we have a relatively balanced chart here. Even when we had this breakdown off of this key level in here, you guys can see that this double top in here has resolved that. Now, when you're looking at this, you're like, well, Matt, that's a pretty aggressive downtrend. Why should I be excited about this? When I see charts that respects this flow of breakdown, support, and resistance, and of course, also been in a relatively bearish state compared to at least Bitcoin and a lot of other stuff out there, there's a very good likeliness that when the trend is reversed, that we're going to see that continued respect on the other side of the trade as well, and potentially see some really, really aggressive highs set in for API 3, and being able to potentially even capitalize on the breakout backtest behavior because of the behavior that we see in assets like this. Zcash also behaves in this way where it's a little bit spicy and it gets a little bit of that wild child in it, but when it does that backtest, my God, does it do a violent and consistent backtest. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of this here. We've done our zone markings here. We've noticed that there's no major imbalances left behind. So we can bring two different fib ranges, right? We can bring from the cycle high here or from the February high here. I'm not going to use that scam wick. I'm just going to use that low over here. We get $7, $12, $16, and $19 as those areas of interest. And again, are these reasonable? Yeah, of course they are, because we have a $50 million market cap right now. I'd be at 12x to the $7, $8 mark, to the $13 mark at 20x, the $16 mark at 27x, and upwards of over 30x to that 4.236.